everybody, this is dkdynamite, and I think we're all aware that Project Scatty is not the main Easter egg here on Classified for a number of reasons. First off, the fact that you can do it on mutations is already a red flag, since a lot of the other core Easter eggs, like the Golden Spork and the Hell's Redeemer, on Blood of the Dead, aren't accessible using mutations, and I'm pretty sure the same thing applies for some of those core quests on 9 and Voyage as well. Now, for the person that grabs the winner's Howl at the end, that is the person that gets the achievement, and as we all know, whenever a main quest is completed, everyone in that game is rewarded with the trophy. And on top of that, there isn't a cutscene. That doesn't mean there has to be, but people are speculating that there is more to do on this map, and I certainly believe so. I don't think that they would make the main Easter egg just acquiring the wonder weapon here on the map, which is already accessible from the mystery box, so it's nothing too special. But in terms of how to get your hands on Cold War Remedy, aka Project Scatty, you're going to want to obtain 4 codes throughout the map, and you can obtain the codes in any order that you see in this video, but we're going to have to input each code in a specific order. So I do recommend following my exact steps in this video just to make it easier for you guys and so that you don't get confused. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is have Pack-a-Punch open and Pack-a-Punch your starting pistol, as you see that I did. You're going to need an explosive weapon that does shoot and explode on impact, and not a lot of other weapons in the box can do that. So I just recommend keeping it as simple as possible and Pack-a-Punching the starting pistol. So for the first code, you're going to want to go back near the spawn area, and as you can see, we have our 4 presidential paintings. All you have to do is shoot them pretty quickly in a specific order, and that order is going to be 4, 1, 2, 3. Do it as fast as you can, just as I did, and after about 2 or 3 attempts, maybe even less if you're super fast, you'll see a code pop up underneath George Washington's nameplate. Now, there's a lot of misconception going around in the community. There's a lot of false guides being uploaded by some of the bigger YouTubers who are saying that you have to spam all the paintings in this room from left to right, the ones in the back, and then you'll get it. That is completely false. As you see, I didn't even shoot the paintings in the back or the ones on the right wall. You just have to shoot the paintings in that exact order on the left wall, and boom, it will work. Keep note of that code. We'll be needing it in a little bit. Now, for the second code, we're going to want to go downstairs by the war room, and you'll see a set of keys in this box, and as a coincidence, the key that we need is under the 5 number. So big hint there that this is, of course, the 5 remake. Now, what you want to do is use that key by going upstairs and open this specific drawer in the main office to obtain your second code. Once again, keep note of these codes. Just write them down in your notes or take a picture just so you don't have to run back and look at them later when you need to input them. Now, for our third code, just make sure you have a grenade or an acid grenade in your inventory. If not, you're kind of out of luck with this unless you have a teammate that does have grenades. Now, you're going to want to go downstairs to this specific zombie spawn window over the teleporter piece to spawn, and you're just going to want to throw that grenade right on the top or towards the back of this machine there, and once you do that perfectly, the third code will spawn right there on the wall on your right. Once again, keep note of that. Not too hard. It could be a little tricky if your aim isn't too good, but it's all about trial and error unless you do have a teammate who is willing to help you. But once again, this Easter egg is very simplistic. Just make sure you spawn in with the correct items that you need, such as the starting pistol and some type of grenade. I made a mistake of spawning in with the sentry gun. I had to restart this entire process, so make sure you don't repeat that mistake. Now, in terms of the fourth code, this is where you really have to be specific with how you activate your DEFCONs. So you're going to want to start in the upstairs area across from the elevator, so the farthest DEFCON to the right. You're going to want to hit that one, then you're going to want to hit the DEFCON in the server room, and after that you're going to want to hit the DEFCON upstairs near the elevator, the closest one to when you actually arrive downstairs. Then you're going to want to hit the final one, which is downstairs, the easy one. And then, of course, you're going to want to enter the teleporter in the server room so you can go back to the panic room itself. And once you go in there, since you activated the DEFCONs in a certain order, you'll see a TV that is staticking, a TV that usually was never turned on back in 5 or even earlier when you're playing in Classified. So it's pretty easy to notice. You're going to spot out that TV, hold square, and boom, it'll actually move behind the wall, and you'll see another code right in front of you. So keep note of that fourth and final code. Now we're on to the easy part, which is either saving a zombie or having a friend hold a zombie so you can input all of these codes in a specific order. So in the order that I acquired acquire these codes in this video is the same order that you have to input them here on this machine. And as you guys could probably notice, each time you enter a correct code, it's going to show you an overview of one of the classic Call of Duty Zombies maps. So Shinonuma, Shangri-La, Ascension, Kino, easy to spot. So the way that you'll know that you're doing this right is if she doesn't say anything, aka Siri on the computer over here. If she doesn't say that the sequence was entered incorrectly, then that's how you know you did it correctly. And if you of course see a classic zombie map on screen, that's another indicator that you did it right. But keep in mind, you cannot input any of the codes incorrectly. So let's say I input the first two codes and then I accidentally type a wrong number for the third code. You're going to have to restart from the first code just to make sure that you do it in perfect sequence. I made the mistake a couple of games ago with inputting 3 numbers correctly and then missing the fourth code by I think 2 numbers, and then I had to restart and figure out what I did wrong. So just make sure you do that perfectly, and once you do that, it will say that you have located projects Scatty. So this is now complete and you're on to the final step, which is surviving 3 waves inside of Groom Lake, aka Area 51, until the barricade beside the Pack-a-Punch opens up, letting you open the case to get a free Winter's Howl and the achievement. So also keep in mind, you cannot do this on mutations. And you're like, wait, what? You just said you could do it on mutations. Well, you can do the quest itself, but you won't get the achievement. So what I recommend is if you're trying to go for the achievement, just really take your time to build up a lot of points and get to Groom Lake by a decent round to start your 3-round grind. And at the time of making this video, Treyarch has increased the health on classic mode to 200 health, which is extremely helpful, can definitely save you in a lot of instances. And I think it's fair for a lot of people out there who are having trouble doing this, because when you're playing with mutations, obviously you'll go in here with quadruple pack-a-punch weapons and you'll easily flow through these 3 rounds. But when you're on classic, it's going to take you a minute to get at least double packed on one of your weapons. So try to save up at least 5,000 to 6,000 before going here. Try to do it at a decent round. If you have elixirs, which I didn't in this video, then definitely use those. Get those extra credits, get those fire sales to save money on getting weapons from the mystery box. So do as much as you can to get here at a decent time and to pack-a-punch as much as you can before you grind. And same goes for all players in your match. This could be a pretty hectic area, as we all know from Moon. We obviously had a remaster of it in DLC 5 of Black Ops 3, so we're all aware of how the current gen zombies will swipe you at Groom Lake. But in terms of the explanation behind why the main trophy on this map doesn't cover the so-called main quest, it's a simple callback to Ascension. We all remember there were plenty of trophies on Ascension, and not one of them was the Casimir Mechanism Easter egg, and there wasn't a cutscene behind it. It was a fairly hidden Easter egg, and my prediction actually came true, that the classified Easter egg, or this quest, so-called quest, isn't exactly like the Giant in the simplistic fashion that that map had, that Annihilator Easter egg. This is actually an Easter egg in similar length to Ascension, as I just said, but once again, there's obviously more to the map, since a lot of people are providing some extremely strong evidence over on Reddit, which I do agree with 100%. It doesn't seem like this is the end of Classified, which I'm happy about. Hopefully we solve something on Blood of the Dead to give us a hint about Classified, or vice versa, and hopefully we do uncover whatever else is hidden here on the map. But once you do survive 3 complete rounds here at Groom Lake, the left side of the Pack-a-Punch will disappear, and you can now walk over to this suitcase and acquire your Winter's Howl. So the Easter egg isn't that difficult. So once again, you do have to actually do this multiple times for your friends to make sure that everybody gets the achievement. It's kind of similar to Shangri-La in a sense as well, where everybody had to repeat the steps just to acquire the Focusing Stone, since the Focusing Stone granted each player with all perks, but once again, it was on a per player basis, so you were able to repeat the steps. After you do the main Easter egg on Shangri-La, you can actually do every step once again to give the Focusing Stone to somebody else, but nobody really did that. People probably restarted and, finished on an earlier round just to make sure they don't get killed on a high round. So not sure if that's what they were going with here for Classified, but I do feel some similarity between these eggs. But once you do acquire the Winter's Howl, you'll see the achievement Cold War Remedy. And as I said before, you cannot do this on mutations to get the achievement, but you could do the quest itself using mutations. So it's a little bit of a bitch, but you do have to save up some points to actually get this done on Classic. But thanks to the new health upgrade, I think that will help out a lot of people. And I also recommend building the Riot Shield to get this done as well. I have full tutorials as annotations on screen if you guys don't know how to build the teleporter or get the Riot Shield here on the map. But thank you so much for watching. This is dkdynamite, and we're going to continue hunting on Classified for the time being. I really wanted to cover this map first here in my channel since I was extremely hyped about what this map had to offer, and I was not disappointed. Stay tuned in for more guides and an unboxing of the Mystery Box Edition. Peace.